Do you remember the craziness that was Ren and Stimpy? Do you remember the blatant nature of the abusive relationship that Ren and Stimpy had? Where Ren would demean and insult Stimpy at every way, shape, or form at every turn, and Stimpy would just kind of take it. But that isn't to say that Stimpy in certain cases didn't deserve it, it's just that most times he did not. Do you remember the log? Everyone wants a log. Do you remember Happy Happy Joy Joy? Do you remember Ren's madness? The insanity that he slipped into once? Do you remember Powdered Toast Man? The hero for a generation? Did you remember Not to Whiz on the Electric Fence? Ren and Stimpy, at the height of its popularity, one of the original Nicktoons, with a mountain of gross out humor and disgusting, overly detailed stills. This series was fascinating in so many ways. It's hard to imagine something like this existing anywhere else but Adult Swim nowadays. Even before we got the less beloved Ren and Stimpy Adult Party cartoon, the things that were done in this series are just so bizarre, so odd, so wild, wacky, weird, deranged, strange, manic, depressing in certain instances. It can only be described as Ren and Stimpy. Hilariously enough, the first pilot episode of this premiered one day before I was born, and the very first episode of this series premiered exactly on my birthday, 1 year after I was born. My relationship with animation is the weirdest thing possible, because the three premiere Nicktoons all premiered 1 year after I was born. Nickelodeon is so ingrained in my childhood, from Doug to Rugrats to Ren and Stimpy, and they really did end up forming a lot of the ways I think about animation. That it can be simple, practical, cartoonish, but realistic to a certain extent. So that's what you got when you watch Doug and Rugrats. But for the weird, for the surreal, Ren and Stimpy had that in spades. And it always helped me to keep an open mind no matter what. Because despite how off-putting this series could be in so many ways, I never grew bored of it. I could never really stop watching it. Even its spin-off series, I still found interesting to some degree. For 5 years, Ren and Stimpy ran. And for 5 years, I enjoyed the unbridled anarchy that was this series. And to a certain degree, I don't know if I could have enjoyed it at any other point in my life except when I was younger and just only starting to form my own opinion on animation and cartoons. There's probably a lot of series I would have completely written off and never even given a chance had I never grown up with something like Ren and Stimpy. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but I still feel that deep down, the weirdness helped me be a little bit more open to just saying, what the hell, why not? You watched Ren and Stimpy, what could this hurt? But I'm curious to hear from you. Do you remember Ren and Stimpy? Have you watched it recently? Does it still hold up the same way it did for you in the past? Or is it more so funny now that you're older and can understand some of the jokes? For me, I think it's something better left as a memory that I can enjoy, remember was weird, wacky, and out there, but just think about in passing. Cause Ren and Stimpy, despite the multiple attempts to revive it, was a 90s cartoon through and through, from start to finish. And anything beyond that, I don't think it'll ever quite be the same. But again, let me know your thoughts. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.